Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people from all around the world, it's your truly Rock in the building, and I like to have a discussion with everyone. So as you guys know, the regular season is coming to an end. We're going to see some teams clinch some spots in the playoffs, maybe, and a lot of teams are eliminated, we know, and some teams are already in the postseason. But I've noticed how people want to discuss what they could do, to make the NFL more interesting. And there's a lot of discussion. There's lots of discussions on what the league can do to become better. Obviously, better equipment, better procedures, better doctors, things like that. So nothing, God forbid, like what happened to Damar Hamlin. Thank God he is recovering really well. God works so well. But there's a lot of things, other things that we can discuss that can make the league more entertaining, have more meaning. And I think I can do that. I have put out some notes, and I want to discuss, in my personal opinion, if I ran the NFL, here's what I would do. I want to make sure everyone's ready for it. You guys ready? Let's get to it. First things first, no Thursday night football. I know. I can see people right now going, boo, I like Thursday night football. And I'm sure y'all have. But from this past season, the fact you have to go have an Amazon Prime Video, you have to have an Amazon Prime account, which you have to pay like $15 a month. I have an Amazon Prime account. Sometimes it comes in handy. Sometimes it does, yes. But you have to have a Prime account, and you have to stream it. That means you have to get a smart TV, Wi-Fi to download. I noticed there's some people who don't even have Wi-Fi. And I know a lot of modern people, when they hear that, they be like, poor soul. Poor soul. Maybe. But also, my thing is looking at the feedbacks. Sometimes it cuts off. Sometimes it's just poor connections. And majority of the Thursday Night Football, the games were boring. It just gave me that vibe. You're just like, so I will say the only time there's NFL football on Thursdays is week 1, where the defending Super Bowl champions, they do the ring ceremony, unveil the banner, and they play a game. And I'll get to meaningful stuff later in this video. You only got that Thursday and Thanksgiving. The Lions and the Cowboys games. And those two only. Sorry, no Thursday night. I get it. Have the Lions game first, like around, noon Eastern time? And then like at 3:30 Eastern time, or 4 o'clock Eastern time, the Cowboys game. And that's it. Everybody else, Sundays and Monday night only. Second, I know that when it comes to the schedulings and things like that, I think honestly, if we really want to do international football, I'm fine with that. I think that brings the awareness of the game into a whole different world. The players can travel. I say switch it up every now and then. Maybe have division games. International. That would sound like a great idea. So I'm fine with that. Now, here's my other thing. I believe, in my personal opinion, with football on TV, CBS and Fox, Sunday afternoons, what they're doing today, they should be doing throughout the regular season. Early game, 1 Eastern. The late afternoon games, 4:30 Eastern. Both networks do double headers, do 7 hours of NFL coverage. When it's 8 p.m. Eastern, regular programming. I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, what about like those paid programmings? They could do either later late nights, or like on some days where they just don't have actual programming, or just wait until football season's over. There's a lot of programs on Sundays that they really don't have, unless it's like golf, baseball, or basketball, which I don't think they even have. I know Fox does baseball, but they do that on Saturdays. So on Sundays, they can do like paid programming throughout that day, things of that nature, unless it's like maybe like NASCAR or something like that. But NFL Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, that's the early game. Late afternoon, 4:30 Eastern, and go on from there. I say the early games should be East Coast exclusive. So if you have an East Coast game, that's early afternoon. Late afternoon in the West Coast, and everything in between, if you want to switch it up, that's fine. Now, I know what folks are going to say. Well, what about the scheduling itself? Like, should we do like alternate bye weeks? I say no. And here's what I'm getting at. I believe I would make either week 9 or week 10 Pro Bowl week. Pro Bowl week on either week 9 or 10. Probably 10. Give you at least a good 8 weeks at least to play your football, put your numbers up, and then actually, this is where we can make the 18 weeks with 16 game results. Week 9, everybody gets a break. That week alone, everybody relaxes. Relax yourself. Week 10 will be the Pro Bowl itself. And believe me, this is where the meaningful parts come in, okay? So, let's say you got your AFC and your NFC, okay? But let's add some competition. Saturday. Which kicker can kick the longest field goal? Guys like Justin Tucker, Robbie Gould, Younghoe Koo. Who else is a big kicker? Graham Gano. Kami Fairbairn, Brett Maher, Nick Folk. Guys that can go 40, 50 yards. Just do like a best out of 3 kicks. Start at the 20. Go back 5 yards to 25, 30, 35. If you can get 2 out of 3, you made it. And see who can go the longest. Whoever go the longest, kicker of the year. Kicker of the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl kicker. There you go. Have some fun with that. Quarterbacks, who can throw the furthest. From the own end zone, who can go the farthest. See how much of an arm you really have. Things like that. Get the fans involved. And then like some of the stuff they're doing now, I keep that. You want to drills, receiver versus cornerback, defender, things like that. Then Sunday is the Pro Bowl itself. This is where we can see the actual players that you want to play. They get to play the game. It's like an actual football game. But you know what you could do? To prevent them from getting hurt, because a lot of people still think Pro Bowls don't matter. Put it to where you get something at stake. The winning conference gets home field advantage for the Super Bowl. Okay? So they get home field advantage for Super Bowl. And whoever wins that Super Bowl, check this out. Whoever wins the Super Bowl, week 1, like I mentioned, you pick your home opponent. The organization, the players, management, and the fans. You vote. Who do you think we should face at week 1? Whoever got the majority of votes, obviously, that's who y'all play in week 1. You know, you got to put something at stake. You got to give us something to play for. Now, if you want to do stuff like that, have them in their regular gear. Now, if you want to do it safer, you can do flag football. Have like an AFC t-shirt with the matching shorts, cleats. But like have like, you know, the big A for the AFC in red with the team logo of the team that they're representing. Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Buffalo, Houston, Jacksonville, Tennessee, you know, Indy. I'm going to try to name all the teams. You know what? Let's just go by divisions. AFC East. And then just do like that. AFC East. New England, Miami, Buffalo, and the New York Jets. AFC North. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati. AFC South. Houston, Indianapolis, Tennessee, and Jacksonville. AFC West. Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, and the Raiders. Red, you know, with the player's name and number in the back. NFC, NFC East, and blue, all blue. NFC, NFC East, Dallas, Philly, New York Giants, Washington. NFC North, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit. NFC South, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans. NFC West, 49ers, Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks. And just have your game there. You can do like a flag football. You know? When someone gets the ball, just pull here, and wherever it lands, that's where you get stopped. If you want to do flag football. Now, you can do that in jersey mode. Put on the jersey, the pads, what have you. And, of course, the team helmets. They're standard team helmets. I would say do red helmets and blue helmets, but that would be way too cheesy. We can at least do differently with the headgear. Baseball, I'm looking at you differently. We'll talk about you another time. Now, the fans are getting involved because now they want to see the players they want to see play. The guys get a chance to play. You got something in stake. And that gives them more drive. Like, wait, and we get this too? Oh, also, winning conference? There should be like a pot. I think the winning conference should get 60% while the losing conference gets 40% as a bonus. That will really get you playing for sure. Money talks. So we go to there. Now we go to the playoffs. There's talk that we got 7 seeds now, but now there's talk they want to do 8 seeds so everyone plays. I think that would be interesting. How there are some good teams that just fail to make the playoffs. If you want to do the 8 seed thing, fine. Once the regular season ends, everyone gets a week to relax themselves. Then you got 3 weeks to go. Then that's fine. Week 18, season's over. Everyone relax for a full week. Coaches, get all your plays ready. Players, stay in shape. Things of that nature. Then that week afterwards, that's when we do the playoffs. Then you got your 1-8, 7-2, 3-6, 4-5. That's fine. Do like the brackets. And then you go down. You know, you got your wild card week. You got your first round, your quarterfinals, semifinals, conference titles, and the Super Bowl right all at once. Now you got your Super Bowl at the end of the year. Your Super Bowl is the final game. That's what they want. There you go. Now, once the Super Bowl is done, now we go to the off season. Do your combines. And I I honestly would think maybe if you want to do your combines in different different stadiums, give them like a good chance to kind of be like, like, hey, if you want to go, if you're a certain position, no, better yet, just have different arenas hosted. Because I'm sure a lot of people are tired of being at Indy all the time. Nothing against the Indy area. That's a good spot. But, like, switch it up every now and then. Matter of fact, have it where the Super Bowl is held. Where the Super Bowl is held? Think about this. This would be a great mindset. It's been a month since we had that Super Bowl. These young guys coming in and be like, wow, I can't believe a month ago the Super Bowl was here. If I put my heart into it, and if I stay healthy, and I may help lead my team that's going to draft me, hopefully I get drafted. If I get drafted, we can go to a Super Bowl. I get that same feeling where I'm like, I remember at the Combine. I can do this too. So I will do that. Have the Combine where the Super Bowl was held. Have all your scouts there, take their notes, do the evaluations, and then have a draft. And I say do the draft in different spots. Figure out a spot that will be where fans will gather for the draft, and they will gather, best believe, and let them do the draft. Do your coverages, ESPN, ABC, NFL Network. Perfect. Then you do your draft. Welcome all your rookies to the NFL. There's guidelines. Make sure you don't act a fool. Do things like that and you'll be fine. Things like that. Then when it comes to the summer camps, I say when summer camp starts, I believe NFL Network should do a thing where, because, everyone can go to camp and watch. There are times they let the fans watch the camps, for free. You just got to get a voucher. But if you can't be able to, do like NFL with NFL.com. Since people like to be online anyway, click your team, see, or go to the team's websites, have like a live stream of the camps, and let them watch the camps there. You want an NFL Network? Cool. Do like what Red Zone would do. Have different screens and show, occasionally. And of course, everybody that's in different teams reporting. Get more people involved. Now, with all that, with the scheduling, now it's time for what would be better equipment. I would say we got to do something helmet-wise to where if you fall, it'll cushion where you won't suffer concussions. That's going to be tricky because the momentum and the velocity as you fall down, it's going to outtake any type of comfort. So it's not easy, but it can be done. I'm sure it can be done. But I say, when it comes to rules, now this is where we're going to go to. The rules. We need to talk to the officials. And believe me, there are a lot of times where it's live action. Either we miss it, we miss a call, or if there are some that were like so blatant but we don't call it. I get those. I say every play should be replayed. And if there's something that's missed, the upstairs, there should be like an officiating there's officials on the field, but there should be like some officiating replay booth upstairs as well. And when they look at the replay, buzz the ref. They should buzz, wave the flag, be like, wait a minute. Due to the replay from our replay booth, personal foul, whatever the penalty is. And then that way, when we go back, and then we're, oh, you're right. They did miss yeah, they did do that. Because we see fans, we do this all the time when we watch on TV. Am I right? We all look at it. No, that person held. That's a hold. You know, or like, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. We all done that. Also, my thing to the officials would be, there should be a difference between defensive holding and pass interference. I think there should be a boundary set. What could be defensive holding versus pass interference? I think, like, if you're just doing, like, maybe just like a quick grab here, that should be defensive holding. But if you, like, almost like to where the receiver can't even get the ball, where it's near them, that's pass interference. So I think they should set like a standard on defensive hold and call more defensive holding. Also, I know this is going to take up, I know this may seem unfair, but this is what's going to take up a lot of time and a lot of the game away. If there is a pass interference call, it should be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. It shouldn't be based off where the spot is, because you just gave them like all these yards just to move further. No, give them 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, automatic first down. I do agree with a lot of these, like certain aggressive fouls where if you do it twice, you're ejected. I get that. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. I think that will give the guys messages like, and here's the thing. You get ejected, you don't get paid that day. That'll make them think twice. Because let's face it, these players love making money. So that will make them think twice, like, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't go head first. Maybe shoulder first to tackle, but not head first. So that's what I would do if I ran the NFL. Better TV programming, meaningful games that would really get the fans more involved, more at stake for the players, so that would give them more drive to play even better, and we could probably have better officiating. So that's how I would, if it was me, that's how I would run the NFL. What do you guys think? And you think there's some that you agree, don't disagree? Comment below. Let me know for sure. I like to communicate. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to yours truly. And share among those that if they want to know, let's all get involved. Let's do more. I'll probably do basketball and baseball and hockey later. I'll probably do those as well. Till then, it's yours truly. I will see y'all later.